Yeah, that's really cool. And you step inside, and it's huge.
Yes. We have some space that I'm quickly running out of room already.
How much space is there?
There's just shy of 8,000 square feet.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I have room to grow in here, space-wise, with new fermenters and tanks and what have you, but yeah, not a whole lot of potential growth, but enough.
When you hope to get
equipment. Well, we're all the concrete in the Brewhouse area is new, so that's already happening. We're starting. When I say we, I mean I'm not doing anything. So we have our contractor in here and all our subs in here doing all the framing right now for the mill room in the back. That's just dry storage right there. This will be an office. This will be all right here. Will be cold box, about 600 square feet of cold box. It should be showing up hopefully next week or the week after. You're standing on the bar right now. This will all be bar with taproom. Yeah, so we got all the trench drains, floor drains in, all the underground plumbing's done. Brewhouse will all go over there, the cellar on that side. Those tanks will be showing up in hopefully middle of March. And then, God willing, I'll be brewing by sometime mid-April.
That's awesome.
So, and then the tap room will open up probably a month or two after that, once I get beer done and brewed and rolling out of here and getting everything dialed in so that it's good.
Yeah. Tell me about your brew house.
It's a 20-barrel JV Northwest brew house. It's being built now up in Oregon. So it's a 20-barrel brew house, two 20 and two 40-barrel fermenters and two 40-barrel bright beer tanks. We'll have a silo out back on the other side of that roll-up door over there. So I don't have to schlep a whole bunch of sacks of malt, which is never fun. Then all the sack malt will stay in there. That'll be the mill room. That'll be all enclosed. So I'll have all our sack malt in there. Yeah, I'm pretty stoked on the brew house. It's brand new, built to basically our specs, which is nice.
Yeah.
It'll be fun to play with once it shows up.
Man. And do you know what your inaugural beer from your brewery will be?
I do, actually. I'm just going to do a pale ale just to kind of calibrate the brew house and get familiar with it. And I've been kind of want to do a pale ale anyway. So it'll probably just be something simple like that, just to get the feel of the brewery. There's a lot of money obviously on the line. There's expectations. There's good Lord. I'm absolutely excited beyond measure, but I'm terrified at the same time. But again, terrified in a good way.
So we're going to walk through here.
It looks tiny up front. People are amazed at how big this place actually is once you get in here. And yet, at the same time, I'm running out of room. So, this will all be packaging. And right here, I'll have the cake cleaner and cake filler over here, and eventually the bottling line as well. So, once we get this up and running, if I could start out doing, 1,000, 1,200, 1,500 barrels a year, I'd be amazingly happy. Ideally more. But the way it's configured right now, I'll probably top out at about 2,500 barrels a year, configured as it is. I should be able to fit more tanks in here that I could probably get production numbers up to 8,000 plus barrels a year capacity out of this place before I'm completely out of room.
Yeah.
So, which is a lot of beer, so I think I'd be okay for a while.
You wanted to stay in San Jose, or
absolutely. That
was the idea?
Well, yeah, we do. I mean, we're based here. Our roots are here. And, it also doesn't hurt that this place is not that far away from my house and I don't have to commute. There's still that whole, lack of respect that San Jose gets, even though breweries are making great beers down here. But we're on our way. I mean, I have no doubt there's going to be more. Like Camino's going to be opening up eventually, hopefully, sooner than later. I haven't talked to those guys in a while, so I don't know what their time frame is. But I'm sure there's got to be more breweries in planning than nobody even knows about yet. So we'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
And
there's been a lot of brew pubs for 20 years, but yeah, I mean, as far as production breweries, there was Gordon Biersch. That was it. Yeah. And then Hermitage opened up, and there was just two for a while, and then Clandestine, and then Strike, and then now us. So we more than doubled within the last year and a half, 2 years. So that's nice.
That's
more
cool.
The merrier. I mean, get some people down, get more breweries down here to bring more people down.
Yep.
you know, we're all talking to see, you know, trying how we can market all of us as there's a, kind of a brewery district now, trying to figure out how we can get all people, you know, just to all 4 breweries, you know, safely, and, you know, not have to, you know, drive everywhere after drinking anything really. So we're talking about a shuttle we all pitch in on and just does the route from, you know, light rail and Caltrain stations down to all 4 breweries and just does a route all day long, you know, just to bring more people down here and you know, have them take public transportation. They don't have to drive. No question about it. I love what they're doing for me. They're making me really, really quality, solid beers. But there are probably some things I'll change here. I mean, my water will be treated differently than their water. I'll probably change the yeast strain up a little bit. I'll probably add a couple, you know, another week onto tank time. You know, let it sit on dry offs a little bit longer. I probably won't filter it quite as tight as they do. House flavor just will be different just in general. So, I mean, just by the mere fact that we're going to be brewing somewhere else, I mean, the beers are going to change. There's nothing I can do about it.
You know, just you think, you know, you kind of respect them. They seem to make good beers in your opinion.
Every single brewer in the Bay Area, except Jim. I'm kidding. Nah, Jim's. Everyone's making good beer now. I mean, it used to be you could go into some brew pubs or breweries and go, you know, in the 90s, okay, the beer's okay, or it's not that good. Now you go anywhere. You know, like Freewheel up in Redwood City, they're making all cask ales and they're amazing. You got the Rare Barrel guys making sour beers. You got, and with Strikes has stepped up their game tremendously with the new Brewhouse, and they're making some amazing beers. Clandestine on a tiny little system. You know, great beers again. You know, it's hard. You're hard pressed to find bad beer these days. Thank God, it's long overdue.
Speaking of Jim, when you found out, because I think you were at GABF when it was announced that he got those awards. The past couple years.
Yeah, I texted him immediately. I said, hey, dude, your Scottish Ale just won gold. And he either came back with a text either saying bullshit or fuck you, if I can't remember which. Probably both. And I immediately said, dude, I screw with you constantly, and that's never going to stop. But I'm not going to mess with you about this. Congratulations, man. I'm proud of you. And same thing with the World Beer Cup medal. Texted him immediately saying, dude, you won again. It's awesome. So I'm stoked for any of my friends who win an award. So we're all in this together. The more we win down here, the better. I don't care who it is.
What does it take to win an award? I mean, you've won at GABF 4 consecutive years.
No idea.
Huge accomplishment.
The porter that I won at Firehouse, I didn't even like. It was a good beer, I guess, but it wasn't my favorite. I didn't really drink it. I didn't really care for it that much, but apparently it was good because it won silver twice. What the hell do I know?
You were a home brewer first and foremost.
Once upon a time. 22 years ago, something like that. And I only did it for like a year. I homebrewed for a year, maybe a year and a half. Then I met the guys, Peter, down at Coast Range, and they brought me in, and I worked there for 2 years or almost. And then I went to school. I was working at Los Gatos Brewing Company, and then
you were at Los Gatos for 2.5 years.
Then I went to Stoddard's, and did both Sunnyvale and Campbell. Helped build Campbell, which is really coming into handy right now with dealing with building a brewery. Back to Hermitage, or back to Coast Range for a while, then Firehouse for 6 years, and then Hermitage for a year. Been doing this the last 2. Yeah, I mean, I get online. I mean, because I'm buying a bunch of stuff. I've got to go buy a cake cleaner today. But I'm looking at all the stuff, making a list of everything I need to buy, and looking at all the ingredients, malt hops, what I need to get, filters, just all the random crap you need on a day-to-day basis in a brewery, and I'm just giddy. Like, I can't wait to get. So I am beyond ready to get the boots back on and start making beer.
Yep. It's going to be the before. No, I don't want to. So.